The £129 million stretch of this £200 million project will eventually link Rotherham on the east of the city to the A49 Lempster Road. This part of it is going to be a semicircle to the west of Hereford, between Rotherham and the A49. It was, of course, the subject of a public inquiry in October, the second stage between the A49 and the A465. But this is going to be stage 3, a road and a bridge which will link the Abergavenny Road to the A49 North. In layman's terms, it's going to go from near Belmont Abbey, through Brainton, the village there, the hamlets nearby, and across to where we are on Kingsacre Road. And those of you that know the Bay Horse Inn pub, it's going to be just to the city side of there. Well, the residents affected by the chosen route were only given 3 hours' notice that their homes were going to be demolished. I've got some of them with me here. They had letters delivered to their homes at 4 o'clock yesterday. The papers for next week's Scrutiny meeting were then published online at 7 o'clock. Now, the public can submit questions to be answered at that meeting, but they have to be in by 5 o'clock tomorrow. So that gives the people campaigning who want answers to questions just 46 hours. Now, the final route is due to be decided by the Council's Cabinet on July the 27th. If it goes ahead, work could start at the end of next year or in 2020, and the bypass could open in 2022. Councillor Philip Price says the road is essential for the future of the city, the county and the people of Herefordshire. Now, many people aren't happy, you can probably hear them. Nicola Goodwin is one of the local residents who's been campaigning against the bypass. Nicola, is your fight now over?
Our fight is definitely not over. With Why Ruin It, Here for Hereford and the Herefordshire Transport Alliance, our members are growing and more people are realising that a bypass is not the answer for Hereford.
You've got 46 hours to get your questions in. Do you think that's enough time?
There are 1,720 pages to look at, and if you download it, it's 193 megabytes. It's an impossible task for us to look at it, interpret it and see what's missing, as it will be for the members of the Scrutiny Committee, who have to look at these papers that they have never seen before. They've probably never discussed the bypass before, and by next week they have to be up to speed to know whether this scheme is a good idea or not.
And how far are you prepared to take your fight?
We'll take our fight as far as we need to. There's a long way to go now, because even when this route is decided and approved, there will have to be a statutory consultation, there will have to be a proper planning application, there will have to be a public inquiry. At the moment, the Southern Link Road, which is the first part of this bypass, we are told, is to have a public inquiry in the autumn. So until that is resolved, there will be no bypass.
Thanks, Nicola.
But it's like 89% of people wanted walking, cycling, buses. There's no detailed information around that. We waited 15 years for a cycle lane on Kingsacre Road. They haven't got the money for that.
They're just putting one in on the southern side of Rotherham, the Homelessy Road.
Yeah.
We cleared for that, but that's about 15 years off.
Yeah.
They don't care what you're going to fight.
I've got tree climbing.
Lots of people have been responding on social media saying we desperately need this road. What would you say to them?
People have been misled. They think that a bypass will reduce congestion in Hereford. It won't. This bypass is to open up more land for more housing. All those houses will have cars, and those cars will be needing to access the middle of Hereford to get to shops, jobs, hospital, station. So the council's own consultants have admitted that congestion will rise in Hereford if the bypass is built. And we are trying to tell more people that this is how it will be, but there are many other ways that we can reduce congestion by introducing much better cycling and walking networks, and it would be great if we could subsidise public transport, because every bus can take up to, well, more than 30 people who could be in individual cars.
We're surrounded by placards, we've got dogs, we've got people on bikes, we've got people running. Perhaps somebody affected more than those. Margaret, you're here with your great-grandchildren, is it? So we've got, 8 months old all the way through to in excess of 60,
Yeah.
shall we say?
Yeah.
Your bungalow, will it have to be demolished?
I understand so, yeah, which is a great shock.
And you had a letter yesterday. Obviously, you knew that it was one of the 7 routes, but
Oh yeah.
in your
It was one of the 7 routes, but you always hope it's not going to be the one, don't you? I feel very sorry for people older than ourselves. We're in our 70s, and you know it's going to take a real knock-on effect.
Do you know how long you'll have to?
No, I went into the council meeting last night at the town hall, and I was told then at 6:20 which route it was, and I was absolutely devastated.
The council told us that letters were put through your door at 4 o'clock.
Yes, yeah. We just received a hand-delivered letter, which I've got in my handbag. I can go and get for you to see. Just basically tells you, I think it's all cut and dry. They knew what they were going to do all along. What's so frustrating, they will come to your door and ask you to vote for them, but they can't come and knock on your door and tell you that you're in the line of losing your home.
It's a horrible situation for you. Would anything have made that a better situation?
Communication. I went last November or the beginning of this year to the exhibition at Maylord Orchards to find out that our bungalow was on the route. And you imagine what that does to you. It's absolutely devastating. To find out that way that you're going to lose your home. Well, possibly to lose your home.
And how long have you lived here?
I don't know. A long time. It was forever home. My husband doesn't keep good health.
It's your grandparents.
They are, yeah. Yeah, they are my grandparents. I grew up in that house. Spent a lot of time there. Had loads of happy memories there.
This is your youngest, who's 8 months old.
My great grandchildren, my children are going on to live there now, and I wanted them to create the happy memories I did. There's no communication, nothing. They don't care. Why don't they care about these people? They're at a time in their life where they should be enjoying it, not having their houses demolished. I say I created hundreds of happy memories at this house. My dad did, my family did. You know, we come up here, we'd have the happiest of times, but now that's all just being taken away. I know it happens a lot, but there was nothing, they didn't care. Like I say, I was with her that day she found out in the new market. They didn't, the bloke that told us couldn't have cared less. He just said, yeah, your house is in jeopardy. That's not the way you tell people. An apology isn't good enough. You go to people and you tell them it's 5 houses. 5 houses are in jeopardy. It could have gone to their front door and told them. You know, there was no need to do it this way at all. Like I say, you know, I've got a cousin as well. Like I say, it's a family home. My dad built memories there as a child. I have. Like I say, I just think the whole ways of it's wrong. And I don't think it's going to make much of a difference if you ask me.
And have you got any idea about what you will do, where you will go?
No idea at all. We've got to have a bungalow because my husband's house.
The same with Vanda can't walk upstairs.
He's got lung problems, you know, he suffers with asbestosis. Still, you know, everything wrong with him. Doesn't matter somehow.
Like I say, these people have worked hard all their lives. They're at a time in their lives now where they, you know, like I say, I mean, my nan still chooses to work, but, you know, most of the people in these houses don't choose to work anymore. They're at a time in their lives where they want to relax. They've worked all their lives. And what? Now they're having their houses taken right from underneath them. Why is that right? I'm not being funny, but there's many other people they could have done it to that it would have been under an easier circumstances, in my opinion. It would have been a lot easier for them, age-wise, health-wise. Like I say, and they take, you know, these people have worked all their lives, and it seems like there's no respect towards them at all. Just kind of, we're taking your house away. Sorry, we're doing what we want to do. Like I say, I bet their houses aren't in jeopardy. That's all I've got to say about it.
There you are, Andrew. 5 homes will be demolished. Obviously, many more will be affected by the red route, which was last night announced as the chosen route for the Hereford Worcester migrants.